Anthony, what did you ever do face-to-face or always been telesales?
Face-to-face, about 4 weeks.
Okay. So I don't know if you would know my next question then about persistency.
I live in Palm Beach, but now I had to travel.
He said only 10% falls off. He said that before.
Oh, yeah, he did. Oh, okay.
But what's persistency like for telesales in your experience?
Persistency?
Yeah.
I mean, it's everything. You know, it's a numbers game. It's a contact sport. It's really what it comes down to. I mean, I think I don't remember who said it earlier, but you know, I would dial Monday and this comes face to face. I dial Monday and Tuesdays. I'd run an appointments Wednesday, Thursday. Depending what I had going on Friday, I might book a couple of appointments or at least try to. But you know, there's only so many appointments you can run on a day. Only so many things you can do.
It's a question more about how you keep business on the books for telesales, because that's kind of a concern. I think you're going with where Matt, right?
Oh, I wouldn't say a concern, just total question, because that's what I hear sometimes. I just wanted to hear from your
business
experience.
Staying on the books is
Yeah.
an issue. Is it an issue with telesales? For final expense. Do you find it an issue more than face-to-face?
No, because I think when they have a problem, I mean, for the most part, we're still in contact with each other. I mean, they ask me for assistance. I become friendly with everybody.
Yeah. Would you say it's like 20% or better?
I think I'm probably around 12%. I'd have to double check that, but I bet I'm under 15.
Yeah, I see more of the persistency issues, like with the captive carriers that run like Pioneer Life, and they don't run any other options, and it's either level graded or modified. If you don't, they stick into modified. A lot of times it can be level. There's a company that does this. And my understanding, this is what I heard on the street. They would write 70%. What was it? 70% of what they wrote would stick within the first month. And then if you fast forward a year, 70% would still be on the books. So they have half of their business gone. But they forcibly had one carrier. I think this goes back to the importance of being a broker, selling the right way, being able to shop your clients, which we all do. Because they're under constant duress by more competition now in the past 3 years than the past 10. So you got to be sure of that.
Maybe further on that question, Matt, too, I think, as I mentioned earlier, I educate every single person.
Yeah.
They know exactly what they've got. So after they got the policy with me, they're going to talk to their brother, their uncle, their neighbor, whoever. We're going to talk about life insurance. Oh, I've got this $40,000 policy and I'm spending $98 a month. And then, Joe Blow says, you're paying what? I've got $500,000 I'm paying that. Oh, but do you have term insurance or do you have whole life? Oh, we insure is guaranteed renewal, or is it this? So I think they know a lot of the questions to ask, to kind of compare. So if they're maybe being approached by somebody else, could they get better, cheaper coverage? Maybe by $3 to $6. Is somebody going to cancel the policy to go elsewhere for that? I wouldn't think so. But if I'm quoting somebody or I'm selling a policy that's $20 more than the competition, I think they probably would cancel. So I think I'm giving them an excellent price. I know I'm giving them an excellent service. They definitely buy into me, and they understand exactly what they've got, why they've got it, and all the options that are available to them. So I think that education, like Patrick, what I mentioned earlier, plays the biggest part of what I do. They like me, and they feel comfortable with me, the products, and the experience.
Yeah, good.
What do you do in the event? I'm sure a lot of people are on Social Security, right? The people you're writing, right? They're disabled. They're like FE people, right, at home. So, when you set up their EFT or whatever, their automatic payment, and they'll say, I get paid on the 3rd, but do it on the 5th. Or I get paid the second Wednesday, but do it on the 21st. What do you say?
No problem.
What do you do?
Whatever they ask.
So you don't just say, okay, we'll put it in on the 3rd, even though you want the 5th. You just give them the 5th, you let them take the 5th?
If the 5th works better for you for whatever reason, by all means, we'll push you the 5th.
I'd kind of like to answer that too, because so in the face-to-face market, most of the people I'm sitting with are very low income, and what they think is often isn't, because they know that, well, I'm supposed to get the money on the 3rd, but it doesn't always happen, and they know that. And so what you guys may not realize, Mrs. Jones on Social Security receives her Social Security benefits on the 3rd. When the 3rd falls on a Saturday and the bank's closed, or Sunday, or a holiday on Friday or Monday. So let me just ask you guys, hypothetically, when do you think she's actually going to get the money, access to that money? Before that holiday or weekend, or after? So, okay, so I've got mixed answers, and that's how Social Security works. She's going to get her money on that Friday, not that Saturday or Sunday. So what I do is the opposite. I know these folks that I'm seeing are really low income. Mrs. Jones, I got great news. This insurance carrier is going to be able to draft your payment exactly after, on the same day, but right after you receive the money, so you don't even have to think about it. It doesn't matter if it's on a holiday, a weekend, what have you. They will guarantee you will never get an insufficient funds from the money coming in or being drafted on the wrong day. And that's how I sell it. I always lead with the carrier. To me, it's very important selling face-to-face to lead with a carrier that does true Social Security billing. Example, Mutual of Omaha, they're drafting that lady on Monday. Guess what? She got her money on Friday. She took it all out. It's gone. You're getting an insufficient funds. You're getting paid 9 months in advance for a sale you did not make. So, different scenario, maybe different clienteles. But then like companies like Liberty Bankers Life, Royal Neighbors, Prosperity, Transamerica, they do true Social Security billing. They do it, and they do it well, and they'll draft it on that Friday before she can pull it all out.
And Trinity.
And Trinity?
But they're not in Florida, so who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
So what about when, I'm kidding. So perfect, what I was trying to get at what Doug said, like you get a lot of people that will say, well, yeah, I know, but just give me that cushion, you know? And a lot of agents say, sure, and they put it on the 3rd. And I've never had anybody complain otherwise.
So can I handle this?
And I'm not gonna name names or point fingers.
Yeah, right. I liken to what Anthony said earlier, because remember he was talking about budget. He doesn't talk about being buried. He doesn't talk about cremated. You think that this is an issue, so you then enter into it, and it becomes an issue. You breathe oxygen into the fire that's there. Why breathe oxygen into it at all? Why give them an option? You make the options. I think that's what Anthony's point is, and I think this is exactly how I would handle it. You know, here's what's going to happen. We're going to hit your count.
Well, the way he said it, yeah, but it's not
Yeah.
even giving the option. I just said it like that. I'm just saying people will
Sure.
say, hey, can I start on this day? And you already verified that they get paid on the 3rd because of your presentation, if you're good at a presentation, or with those few steps. And giving them an option is never an option. You know,
Correct.
most of the time, unless they're working and they have a job and they're, you know. And I mean, they show you their bank account, they got 7,000 in there, like you look up their statement and you're like, oh, okay, sure, what day you want to do, but that's not common.
Right. My opinion would be don't make it an issue. You're making it an issue if you make it an issue.
You're giving a possible objection that you're just gonna have to be
Right.
overcome.
I hate this to be a dumb question. It's probably one of your YouTube videos I haven't watched yet.
Yeah, I'll refer to it.
But I'm starting my carrier training now. So I know term ends, but does a final expense policy drop off at 80?
No.
Does it
It's guaranteed. It's certain as a sunrise. So
Yeah.
till death?
Yep.
No age.
Nope.
Is that every carrier?
Yep. For whole life.
So I guess my next question is, why am I seeing on the carrier pages they only write till 80 or 90?
That's the last age you can actually place the policy on the client. So if it's 80, they keep it till they're dead.
You can't write past 80.
Correct. Yeah.
But they keep it till they're dead as long as they keep paying. And
That's
it
right.
doesn't fall off,
Nope.
doesn't increase in premium.
Nope.
Is there any carriers we write with that increases in premium?
Nope.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
If you find a very old policy, somebody that wrote a policy 30 or 40 years ago, do you happen to know the cash value in that policy? I flip old policies all the time. I've literally called the carrier where the cash value was 30,000, it was 32,000, the death benefit was 30, and I had the guy explain, I said, sir, if he dies tomorrow, what does he get? He gets 30,000. And he said, if he pulls all of his cash out of the policy, what does he get today? He gets 32,000. And I couldn't believe it actually came out of the guy's mouth. But that is what you will find with very old policies. The cash value has grown. Now, you move that to an annuity, you bonus it 10%, you put a growth on it. Now you're putting that person's family in a better position, pays out faster. 24 to 48 hours from a death certificate, just like a life insurance policy is. Put it in a cash, it flips over, it's an internal, and it goes directly, it doesn't never go to you, it goes directly from the insurance company over. But you do have to have the cash value, the death benefit, within like 10%.